Blessed my people. So today I'm sharing with you all my experience working during the hurricane, hurricane beryl. And you know people, the main reason I made this video to share with members of the public is for people to have an understanding of how dangerous an hurricane can be. People are even just a regular storm. As you can see people, we have to be outside working during this storm, because regardless of the condition, we still have a job to serve, protect and reassure the people. And during an hurricane is a time when a lot of criminals see it as a perfect opportunity to tear down people's place. Some people, when them hear about hurricane, them start to get them claw bar together, and all the other house breaking implements, shop breaking implements and so on, because them want to break down the people them business place, because them know say in times like these, electricity is down, people cannot monitor them camera and so on and so forth, no internet, you understand? So criminals see this opportunity as the perfect one for them to take advantage of. So we have to be out there to try and prevent things like that from occurring as best as we can, as also to try and save the lives of some people who decided that they were not leaving their place of abode, their home, because in their mind and their opinion the storm is going to turn back. Because people, Jamaica is a country that is blessed, yeah man. A lot of times hurricane threaten to mash up Jamaica, but most of the times, the hurricane always end up weakening to a tropical depression, or it turn back, and take a different direction. So Jamaican people is used to that, I can remember one of the time as a young youth growing up, going to school, there was a hurricane threatening for Jamaica. There was an individual who used to do the weather report at night, and this individual was so confident that that hurricane was going to hit Jamaica with full force, The individual came on the TV several times sending out warnings, and he was saying that this one is coming, because in those days, a lot of hurricanes, a lot of storm would be threatening for Jamaica, and then the next time you hear on the news, it turned back, it now come again. So Roy Forrester was the name of this individual, and Roy Forrester was making it clear in no uncertain term that that particular hurricane was going to hit Jamaica for sure. He was so confident, so much so that he convinced all Jamaicans and people. If you know Jamaicans, Jamaicans can be very stubborn people. Roy Forrester convinced all Jamaicans to buy up a lot of food stuff. People go supermarket, them buy water, them buy tin food, and so on and so forth, kerosene oil, everything people you can think of that one would need to survive days after an hurricane destroy the country that they are living in. So people, the supermarkets were all empty. When you're looking at the supermarket, them people, the shelf them clean, no tin food, no left in the supermarket them. You get me as a people, yeah man. So everybody stock up and them well prepared, and sit down and waiting for the hurricane to come. Only to hear some hours after that the hurricane turned back and Jamaica was barely but gonna get a little bit of rainfall, people. And instead of the people rejoicing that the hurricane was not gonna come, so the people them cuss and behave bad, man. Everybody was really upset and saying that Roy Forrester caused them to waste their money, people. That sent Roy Forrester credibility right down the drain, people. And that is one of the reasons why Jamaicans don't take hurricane warning seriously, no matter how you warn them. I understand, because everybody has a Jamaica is too blessed and Jamaica is too good of a country for hurricane to affect our country. You see it, people. But this hurricane beryl it did not hit Jamaica as a category 5, but as a dangerous category 3 storm. Same way you get massive people, because when you check the ratio, a lot of damage was created in Jamaica from this hurricane. You know what I mean? A lot of trees went down, you know what I mean? A lot of cars were damaged, you know. And there's even a floating lounge that was left out in the water. I think the name of it is Poco Loco. I do not know what the owners of that thing they was thinking, because they say that it's a $1 million investment and they left it out in the water, you know what I mean? Totally and completely disregarding all the hurricane warnings, in my opinion, because if you are going to invest $1 million in something like that, I think that there should be some thought as it relates to hurricane or storm and what you are going to do in the event of an hurricane. It can't be that you spend so much money and you just leave your investment in the water for it to be destroyed by the storm. That floating lounge, it never really sink, but I tell you people, might as well it did sink, you know. A lot of damages were done to it, you know. Yeah, it was basically battered. Pieces of it were all over the place, you know what I mean, people. But it's still puzzling to me why an individual would leave such an investment out there in the water, because I am thinking that it is possible for a crane to have moved that from out of the water and put it to the side, or possibly that these individuals were just hoping that the hurricane would have turned back, you know what I mean. So it was basically a gamble for them, a gamble which they eventually lost, you know what I mean, lose $1 million in US. So people, as you can see, we been out there right through the storm, you know what I mean, back and forth, protecting the community, you know what I mean, ensuring that people stay off the road, stay indoors. And I'm telling you people, it was not a nice feeling being out there, you know what I mean, exposed to all these elements, because at any given time a light pole can fall down. As you can see, the palm trees are dancing all over, you know, the palm trees can go down, you know what I mean, anything can happen people, you know, signboard can blow off, they can cause damages to the vehicle, but we still have to be out there and soldiering it out, because at the end of the day, our presence is what is really preventing a lot of potential looters, you know what I mean, people who plan for loot, from actually looting people's place and taking away them stuff. You get me as a people, so you know, say I would job that, I will out there, I will just do it. Yeah, people out here, it's real. The hurricane beryl and mash up the whole place. See, you know, trees even fall down right at the police headquarters. And that's people, yeah man, blocking some police park them vehicle in the back there, so. And I know people, this palm tree was really a disaster waiting to happen. You get me as a people, see it there, you know what I mean, less than 5 minutes after making that video, the palm tree was on the ground. That silver Pro Box you're looking at was parked exactly where the largest part of this monster palm tree is right now, people. You understand, you know how lucky that individual is that he had removed the car from there, you know what I mean. It's just, we see the tree moving a certain way and we say move the car, and him never hesitated. He moved the car, people, and that saved him a car, because his car would have been squashed. His car was right here, you know what I mean, people. His car would have been a flat car, you know what I mean. Yeah, just like those motorbikes that were parked right under the tree, you get to mess with people. Yeah man, them bike they get squashed by this monster of a palm tree, you know people. In my opinion, you know, you see these big palm trees, you have to be careful whenever they are close to your home. It better you cut them down before any storm or any disaster come. Don't allow any palm tree around a place to get so big. That's what I say people, because this tree could have created some very, very serious damage, because even other police vehicles that are used to do the normal patrol on a day-to-day basis, one of those vehicles could have been parked in that same location and it would have been squashed by this tree, you know what I mean? And personally, I don't think that these palm trees really serve any purpose after them get so tall, people, you get me? Them big tall palm tree that even shade them not really provide anymore, you understand? They are just there as hazard, in my opinion. So in future, people, I would advise everyone to remove those overgrown palm trees from around their place of abode or their business place, you know what I mean, people, because it makes no sense. A word to the wise is always sufficient, you get me, I say?
Alright, so this is the Great Civil Heritage Park, aka Great House. Over there you have it where the first ever kite festival keep. And there is a white ox here there traveling aboard with some wanted men who just looted the Great House and took out some skulls and bone, and is now going to be intercepted by the police.
Hello? Yeah, people, so for all the lovers of Burger King and KFC, how do you feel to know that all the fast food place them turn them back on you all, you know what I mean? They decided that they were taking this storm warning seriously and close up shop. So no KFC, no Burger King, no Juicy Patty through the storm, people. I have to salute them, you know what I mean? They were not encouraging people to go on the road. So people, this is me now heading home after a long hard day of work, you know what I mean, people? Most of the roadway from St. Anne's Bay before you get to Duns River, you know what I mean, it was not so bad. But in the Duns River region up to Mystic Mountain was like driving through a jungle, you know what I mean, people? The roadways were completely blocked until taxi operators and few other persons who really want to go home decide that they were going to use their machete, you know what I mean, and cut basically a trail, because as you can see, you don't really have the road to use, so them cut that trail, you know what I mean, and you have to take your time and you have to go around, so you know what I mean, you have to come around, so, and trees keep on falling, you know what I mean, people. So it's a scary experience, you know what I mean, having to go through this aspect of it, because you don't know when boulders can come rolling off the hill. You don't know when another tree that was battered by the storm, you know what I mean, will decide to just give way, you know what I mean. It can drop in your car and mash it up, as well as it can cost you your life, you get the rest of people. So it was basically an edgy kind of drive, and if you notice, you're not going to see a lot of motorists out at this time, you know what I mean, people, because by then, you know what I mean, this was basically after 8 in the night, so you know, the storm was basically getting calm, you know what I mean, less wind, you know, it was mainly rain at this time, you know, heat, people. But in the Duns River region was really crazy. But you know what I mean, the craziest part of all, people, is close to Dolphin Cove, where 2 light poles are down. As you can see, one is on the ground there, and a big tree fall down over the road, you know what I mean, people. Again, you know, the taxi operators basically cut a door, because as you can see, it's like I'm going through a door right there, another light pole on the ground there, you know what I mean, people. And you have to measure up your car and set a particular way to go through that aspect of it, and don't damage your car, you know what I mean, or don't get stuck whilst you're open, say, the tree now decides, say, it go fall down in your vehicle and mash it up. You get the best of people, trust me, it was scary. This was the scariest aspect of the entire thing. You know what I mean, people? You know, people, have to give thanks, you know what I mean? After a very long and hard day at work, I was able to go through all these obstacles and get home where I could get some rest. And as you all know, people, after the storm, you know, there will be that calm. So, you know, I went outside to see what was happening, you know what I mean? People were running about their business normally, you know what I mean? As also this tree that I didn't get to record during the night, people, you see me? Was another challenge to pass to get me light pole is across the road there. As also these trees making it very difficult. As you can see, this truck man is there, you know what I mean? These trees would have to be cut first before he will be able to pass based on the height of his truck. There were a few roads that were still impassable and so on, you know what I mean, due to wires, you know what I mean, GPS wires that were brought down by the winds. However, people, you know, up to the time of editing this video, you know what I mean, Butcherous is still without power, you know what I mean. Not a person have to be getting ice, you know what I mean, trying to save the meat from spoiling. As also, you know, by generator. As a matter of fact, all the generators that you can find that will be sold at a reasonable price have been sold out, you know what I mean, people. Supposed to be the first in history of Jamaica that so many generators are being sold. So much so that they have been warning now, you know, warning people how to use the generator properly to avoid being poisoned by carbon